A freshman Democrat selected to serve on the House Judiciary Committee has told his constituents the panel will likely investigate claims accusing Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh of perjury during his controversial confirmation hearings last year. Jonah Hughes, a Colorado Democrat elected in 2018 to serve the state's 2nd congressional district, told supporters on Friday the committee could move to impeach the newly appointed justice if their findings prove he knowingly lied to lawmakers during his confirmation process. Donald Trump's second pick to serve a lifelong appointment on the Supreme Court was alleged to have provided misleading statements surrounding sexual assault accusations leveled against him by Deborah Ramirez, a former Yale classmate. "There's no question Kavanaugh committed perjury during the confirmation hearings and so forth," Mr. Hughes said on Friday. "I think the Judiciary Committee is likely to take that up." The video was first shared by a conservative group before being reported by the National Review. Clear discrepancies were revealed in Mr. Kavanaugh's story about when he first learned of the sexual assault allegations brought against him, though it remains unclear whether his intent was to mislead lawmakers about his knowledge of the accusations. He first said during his testimony that he had only learned of Ms. Ramirez's allegations after they were published in an explosive New Yorker story. However, NBC News then published a report after obtaining text messages he sent apparently discussing the accusations before they were revealed by the New Yorker. The reason it remains unclear whether Mr. Kavanaugh was purposefully misleading lawmakers on the issue is because he had previously informed investigators in the U.S. Senate that he was aware Ms. Ramirez was seeking to substantiate her claims by reaching out to their former classmates and fellow alumni. However, Ms. Ramirez's accusations aren't the only issue Mr. Kavanaugh was accused of providing misleading statements on. The justice was criticized for providing inaccurate definitions to slang terms included in his yearbook that may have cast the Republican judge in a negative light. He was also alleged not to have provided accurate details about his tenure serving in former President George H.W. Bush's White House. Mr. Kavanaugh has defended the answers he provided throughout his confirmation hearings as truthful and accurate to the best of his recollection. Mr. Hughes is not the only Democrat on the panel to have openly discussed the possibility of impeaching Mr. Kavanaugh. During an Acela train ride from New York City to Washington, Gerald Nadler, a New York Democrat, was reportedly overheard by a journalist discussing what could happen if the latest Supreme Court justice was impeached. The worst-case scenario or best case depending on your point of view, you prove he committed perjury about a terrible subject, and the Judicial Conference recommends you impeach him, Mr. Nadler said. So the president appointed